Hey everybody. Uh, I am making this video. I haven't made a video in forever, and it's a weird video to start on after having not done one in so many months. But those of you who do follow me on Twitch or are on the Discord, links to that will be in the description of the video. You know that I've still been like playing Digimon and hosting tournaments and things. And as part of the tournaments that I host, I commission an artist named Zach Roy to design the playmats for me. Zach is amazing. He does my designs, but he's also done other commissions for a variety of different people in the same style. So this video though is partly just to like put it out there into the world that like so people know what's going on with Zach's designs and another human, another individual who was inspired by Zach's designs that we originally reached out to try to essentially talk this human being off the cliff, if you will, of designing mats in these ways. Long story short, there has been this individual who has been initially, he basically copy and pasted the design from one of our mats and just put different characters on the front. And then he changed some elements of the design, but I would argue that it is not obvious that this design is not Zach's. Like, if you'd see the design, if you knew Zach's design, you would be like, oh, is that another one of Zach's mats? And the answer is no. And it comes down to being like an ethical question. I'm not making a legal argument today, but more so just like, is this something that we as the Digimon community want to support? Is somebody profiting off and basically profiting off of stealing someone else's work in many ways? This is all very abstract. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what Zach's mat is alongside the other mats. So here you go. These two mats here, if you saw these two mats online or whatever, what would you think? You would think they would be designed by the same artist, right? When in reality, this mat here, the Omnimon mat, was designed well before any of these mats from Steven. You can see the logo, but I'm not going to say it out loud. The name of his company. But what you can actually see here is he's actually traced essentially elements and just resized them slightly between, especially this area here. You can see it's basically copied over to here. This part here was basically copied. He copied the entire layout and then made an entire wave of mats in that exact style with the same base and everything, and just different colors and different Digimon. So for context, this is something I saw initially, and I reached out to Steven and I was like, hey, WTF, mate, what are you doing? Why did you just steal this? And it's like, oh, well, this isn't only a local thing, and I totally get that. And we talked over Discord. I'm not going to share the Discord conversation, but I can. If anybody wants to make a fuss about it, I'm happy to share it, but I'm like, I'll keep it private for now. But the essence of what we said was, hey, could you change your design more so that people don't mistake your work for Zach's work? That's really the key. The style is Art Nouveau, very broadly speaking, but there is a lot of elements here that are just clearly lifted, right? So after some discussion, he came back with what he's calling his Wave 2, and yes, there are some changes. I'll show you some of his Wave 2 designs. Let me see something a little bigger. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, he's made some changes, right? He has added some more curves to it. The elements inside of those curves are different. But broadly speaking, I don't think anyone would be confused as to why these two would be, put in the same category as, oh, this must be the same designer. So much of this is still the exact same. The fact that he's got a solid color with a border outline here, the fact that all of the memory markers have a diagonal slash instead of just a vertical slash or a zero that's a different color. I mean, I'm getting nitpicky, but like those details are what make a mat. And when all of these details are the same still, and you've just changed one other thing and some colors and a different Digimon, again, this isn't a legal argument. At the end of the day, I don't know if there is a legal case to be made against Steven and any of his designs. The reason I'm making this video is to make the ethical argument to all of you that, like, do we want to support this kind of art theft, broadly speaking, in the Digimon community? Because He told me, okay, I'm going to do these changes, but I'm going to keep it local. I'm only selling to people in my local area through the Discord. Well, obviously, he's not doing that anymore. He's taking commissions. He is opening up sales nationally, as far as I know, on his Facebook page, etc. I am very aware that bringing attention to this is not what you normally would do if you want something to not get attention, right? But this has gone far enough that I'm just like, I can't stand by and let somebody that I consider a friend in Zach and this person who designs all of my mats kind of get shit on in this way. I'm just going to say it. I'm sorry if there's kids watching this, but, this is just a shitty thing to do. There is no dearth of creativity in the Digimon community or in any of the TCG communities for somebody to make their own concept and run with it. And we encourage Steven to go and take the idea of Art Nouveau and turn it into something that was uniquely his. And what he has done is he has altered it just enough to where he has what he would like to think of as plausible deniability. But I would like to think that you and the community are not so ignorant to the idea that, like, on a legal basis, who knows, but in real life around the world, this is not a good thing to do to somebody who is an artist just making mats. If you want to go do this to a giant corporation like Disney, I don't care. Nobody cares. It's Disney. But this is just some other artist who designs mats for people. So I just wanted to bring this to the attention of the community. I don't know what we should do to this, but I think it's important for anybody that sees this just to know what's going on. I would not attack anyone who has bought any of these mats. Anybody who's commissioned these mats, they probably didn't know the comparison like this existed. They don't know the history of us talking with Steven several months ago at this point. And how would you have known that? We didn't make a big deal out of it. But I think it needs to be something that I needed to bring up now. So again, this is directed at letting the community know and hopefully, hopefully Steven decides to do something about it, but who knows? Thank you all for listening to this rant. I appreciate it. If you want to catch one of these mats, the other awesome mats that I give away in my tournaments, again, link to the Discord down below. I just had to get this off my chest. It's been painful for me. It's been painful for Zach, to have this done to us. So I appreciate your time.